Codes of Harmony. Just waking up, having my morning cacao. Sometimes coffee. So then have been interrupted with a bunch of channeled messages or downloads. Let me just clear some energy. So yeah, messages about what are the messages about? Seem to be about geography and the way that some people get about geographic space, and that there is basically anyone who knows me or has been tuning in to what I've been doing over the last year or so. I've been doing more grid work that has specifically focused on locations that hold trauma, that hold a lot of heavy memory or heavy significance to a time, places where it just feels like energy needs to be released or healed. And I've been going to these spaces. A lot of them have been in nature. A lot of them have been on my tribal land, Wiradjuri land, which is, of course, because I'm a First Nations woman of so-called Australia. I am an Aboriginal medicine woman, First Nations Indigenous culture keeper, storyteller, and healer. So I think that what's happening is that my guides are wanting me to speak more directly to my personal lived experience of where both my culture and my quote-unquote spirituality that's understood in the modern contemporary context of a spiritual community, spiritual language, a spiritual chosen way of life within this westernized concept or westernized kind of container which many of us are living in, right? Even those who are not living in directly Western countries. And I am being drawn to do grid work in other places, in other locations to where I was born, where my home is, which is Sydney, Australia. The first poisonous colony, the first place of contact, the first location of when I say first contact, the colonizers landed here first. They actually were sighted by blackfellas down the coast in Yuin territory sometime before that. So basically, I think the main message, the core of the message is about, that I'm channeling, is about the energetic, karmic, ancestral, and spiritual backlash that comes from some of the things that are being done in certain locations, some of the places where certain stories are being repeated, with some things are on loop, where there is some of the same bigotry being acted out, some of the same wounding that happened, for example, the Black Lives Matter movement, which has happened in America, thinking about some of the core moments that you could literally have read about in a book on the Civil War, right? That's just an example that I'm using at this moment. And yeah, so basically the core message is that ancestors and the land itself do not, they're not quiet at this time. And the more everybody's gifts come online, the more everybody wakes up, the more intuitive us as a collective become, the louder and clearer our direct communication with the land is, which of course includes the waterways, Mother Ocean, which is something I've spoken about on this platform a lot, on this channel a lot, which is the cosmic womb, the healing of Mother Gaia, of Mother Earth, which is both a physical thing as well as a spiritual, metaphoric way of talking about us healing the divine feminine within. Everybody has divine feminine and divine masculine. Just moving unwanted energy. Thank you. My guides are always with me. My ancestors are always with me. Always watching over me. Always watching over us. And I really fundamentally believe that for all people. But at this time in the war the battle to save Mother Earth, to save the environment, the connection, the direct connection, just even from my own experience as a First Nations healer and sage and oracle, as a seer, as a medicine woman, which is, if I was born 1,000 years ago in my same tribe, that is exactly what I would be. That's what I would be seen as and known as. So I've intentionally chosen not to speak about a lot of the activism and the political horror that is being used to cloak some really heavy spiritual battles that have to do with ancient past timelines, that have to do with devil energy, in terms of the devil card, right? I'm not talking in any other way. I'm talking about the dark carnal nature that everybody is capable of holding, that everybody has to some degree within them. Just moving some energy. Okay. Like I said, I've just woken up. I am also chronically disabled, have suffered with chronic pain for almost my whole life. Today is definitely a sicky day, but these messages are very loud, so I figured that I would share them and just know that whoever this resonates with, whoever already is tapped into this channel, which is like super niche, because I always joke about, the kind of colonial and ableist algorithms erasing me, which is part of the artwork that I do, part of the activism I do, part of the almost like the comedy that I do, which is also about me transmuting, surviving and living in a world that wants to treat me a certain way based on very basic 3D facts about the vessel I've been born into, the human form that my soul coexists with. So, I don't have my tarot cards with me, but yeah, so part of my, as I'm just sorting out this jumble of oracle cards, I'll tell you, yeah, so part of my condition involves chronic migraines, chronic headaches, which is why you'll often see me donning a pair of lightly tinted glasses. And yeah, I do want to, I know I definitely want to make like a long video speaking about the beautiful ways that this has helped and expanded my spiritual gifts, my spiritual understanding, opened up and helped particularly my upper chakras. Of course, all of this that I'm rambling about, I'm sharing because I've been asked to, because this could hold messages. Excuse me, throat chakra, clearing unwanted energy that is not mine. This could be a message for you, whoever you are tuning in. Okay, so I have these goddess cards that I think I'm going to use because as I was speaking about the divine feminine energy, it feels like and sounds like a number of you could really use reminder and connection with female deities at the moment. Maybe you've seen something in popular culture that's like a certain character or devotion that revolves around a female goddess or deity. Folklore. And if you've been interested or drawn to look into that being more, I highly encourage you to. So let's pull a divine female archetype, female deity card. Can't specifically remember the name, but this is what they look like on the back. Yeah, I'm that kind of reader. Excuse. Yeah, and obviously the frame and everything. Thought it was also nice to get some of this beautiful Aboriginal artwork in the background, which as you can see features lots of fish. As a little ode to the magnificent Pisces moon that we have all just moved through, the supermoon. So give us one message to do with this geographical, I'm seeing it, they're showing it to me as like a geographical spiritual warfare. And that the land and the ancestors do not like when particular people are becoming inappropriately territorial over certain locations. This can happen like literally people with a neighborhood, people with a building, with a location within a workspace, within a playground. So yeah, there's some kind of karmic and yeah, basically they just keep repeating the ancestors don't like it. The ancestors don't like it and the land doesn't like it. And it's also coming in with a message that the people who are becoming inappropriately attached to or territorial over certain locations, many of them are fighting a call or being drawn to actually go to another location. This can be physically moving or changing around a pattern, an everyday, you know. If you're finding that you're only going to the same the same few blocks around your house. You're only going between your workplace and home. You're only visiting certain places where you feel like you can predict the environment. There is a need, like now I'm seeing kind of almost like when you're unlocking a safe, like when you're trying to decode the code of it that holds a safe, that you have to listen to the sound as you're breaking open the safe, and there's these mechanisms inside that all interlock to hold that safe. And it's almost like we are all parts. The grid is asking us to move and respectfully allow those who are meant to be doing grid work in the locations where they're meant to be doing grid work to be there, doing that grid work, and to also follow the calling and the instinct and intuition to move in the way and in the direction that you're being guided to. Because for the next part of the journey, we all actually need to be in certain locations for certain reasons. And this is also a way of honoring our ancestors. For those particularly light workers like myself who are also doing cultural work, who are also part of a community that is spiritual in another way to the spiritual community, quote unquote spiritual community. Ceremony for me as an Aboriginal woman, as a First Nations woman of the oldest living surviving culture in the world, my understanding of ceremony is naturally going to be different from a Caucasian person who has grown up with a very different relationship with the geography of the land, with the water, with the trees, with the plants, with the animals. This can even be looked at. There's so much information coming in. I hope this is making sense. Really channeling a lot right now. This can also be seen in terms of agricultural farming, in terms of people's understanding and relationship, how they view animals, how they've been taught to view animals or raised to view animals, which of course is deeply connected to the way that they view nature. And then in turn the nature within themselves. If you don't know what channeling is, please go research it. Please press pause right now, go research channeling, and then decide if you want to come back. As I am channeling, this is heavy on the channeling. Okay. It's opening up. Your ancestors, my ancestors, and the ancestors on the ground of the ancestors of the ground on which I read. Acknowledging all of the spirits here in this moment, acknowledging all of the spirits connected to your lineage, to your ancestry, with your future lineage, the ancestors within your family to come. Message about the geographical spiritual warfare going on and the healing of Mother Gaia. Arakura. Blossoming. You are just getting started. You have patience with yourself. So have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. And I'm going to hold up the image of this beautiful deity. So I'll just describe it for those who are seeing impaired. Blossoming. You were just getting started. You have patience. So sorry again. I don't know why it keeps wanting me to say that. It's wanting me to say you have patience within yourself in the process and do not give up. But it's actually written, so have patience with yourself in the process. And it looks like this gorgeous woman growing out of a beautiful flower that's all white. With like a yellow bright light in the middle of it that she's growing out of, with these gorgeous soft petals, and then a night sky around with pink and red. Don't know what happened. That seemed to cut out when I said wild orchid. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. Oh my god. Okay, one of my favorite female deities of all time has come out, Sekhmet, who is the profound, powerful goddess connected to Egypt and cats. Go look if any of these beings resonate or sound familiar to you, or spark anything within you. I encourage you to go look at them. Clearing the throat chakra. As I was saying, so many people are attempting to interfere with the work of light workers, and I'll repeat the word attempting, and that's all I'll say on it at this moment, because I'm excited that Sekhmet has come out. I'll show holding that image up right now. Yeah, I love, if anybody who knows me knows, I love Lionsgate. Sekhmet is definitely someone I associate with the power of Lionsgate, with the idea of having a strong, brave heart. Sekhmet, you are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. And just describing the image, she's sitting on a throne. She has a beautiful headdress with kind of like a sun, and this beautiful purple fabric flowing from behind her. She looks very powerful, very regal. She has two gold lions on either side of her throne. Is wearing a purple dress and these kind of warrior looking arm cuffs that have what is that? It looks like an eagle that have, I don't know if you can see that, it's wings. Oh no, is that a scarab beetle? Okay, and then please give me two more cards. Human divine guides be most beneficial and involved. About the geographic spiritual warfare. If you've been led to this video, it's for a reason. And thank you for anybody who feels drawn to and follows that calling of acknowledging being here watching this video by clicking like which every time you do that, a potential new follower or person will receive an invitation basically from the algorithm to watch this video. And then maybe we can all get to where we're meant to be, both physically and spiritually. So, oh, look out. I was talking to this queen just the other day in my meditation / astral conversations. Aphrodite. Who I love because she is powerful while still owning her femininity, while still remaining loving, compassionate, and always an invitation to make sure you honor and care for love and beauty within your life. Try and find and see the beauty in life is what's coming through to me. And the message with Aphrodite, of course, the most frequent love for women. Really? Come on now. Come on now. Really? The message that comes from her today in this very moment, in this, whenever you happen to see this video, whenever you happen to connect or resonate with this message, is awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. I've been saying that for weeks. And the second card that came out is Unag. Easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in timing. Aphrodite she has long, luscious, wavy kind of auburn, amber-colored hair, a dove of peace in one hand. She's wearing a green dress, these magic-looking beads hanging around her neck, sides of her, that also seem to have kind of gemstones and gold chains. And then in the same hand where the dove of peace is being, there seems to be kinds of flowers or plaited together, and behind the night sky as well. The image that comes with Unag, spelled O-O-N-A-G-H, is, which kind of message easy does it, also has a piece in there who has a rainbow. The rainbow is coming from below the wing of the peace dove, and a woman is to her profile looking down kind of into this translucent bubble which the dove appears to be coming out of. So the messages all combined are blossoming, be strong, inner goddess, easy does it. And the card below at the bottom of the deck is, of course, what a perfect match to Aphrodite and Sekhmet, really, Athena, which is what I believe a lot of us are being asked to do and balance out, which is our inner wisdom. Inner wisdom, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So I feel like some of these messages are clearly about the people who are being, okay, so this message For some of you, it is speaking about you being drawn or called to another geographic location to do different spiritual work, to do different grid work, to heal different parts of your soul tribe, your soul family, your past life trauma, your bloodlines, your ancestral wounding, your family curses, to put it simply, the things that you have been channeled into healing within this incarnation. For some of you, it's talking about that. For others of you, it is speaking about staying where you are, holding your ground while other people are trying to push you off your grid, off your space, off the location that you have already been drawn to heal, or you were incarnated to heal. For those of you who are still in your hometowns, I personally have left my hometown multiple times and gone and lived in different places. That's something that I now understand. I was doing a lot of grid work. I now understand why I was called to those locations, and why I'm being called to the ones I'm being called to now. But that's also, I got a lot of Scorpio in my chart. So even though people think I'm sweet when they just look at the surface, and that sometimes they think they can maybe push me around because I've got a big, loving Leo heart, but they don't realize I got a certain amount of Scorpio to back me up, which also means that I can literally pick myself up and move anywhere and restart my life. But not everyone can do that. My hand just knocked a pile of paper where I've been doing some drawing. That could be a sign or a message for you to maybe connect into your inner wisdom, your Athena powers, which is so much about, for me, Athena speaks of Gemini energy, of air sign energy, of higher knowledge, Sagittarius energy, of the inner wisdom. So maybe that could be a sign about connecting in via art or writing. Okay. You are with Codes of Harmony. Thank you for being here. Whoever you are, let's all ascend. Let's all stop fighting our fucking ascension. Yeah. How about everybody who is being territorial and stuck holding on to, like a grizzly bear, a certain location, whether that's a geographic location in your neighborhood, in your hometown, in your little world of dominion. Stop fighting where you're meant to be, metaphorically, spiritually, physically, and in terms of shadow work, in terms of ego death. Okay, focusing back. Thank you. Sorry, Athena's got obviously my third eye very activated. The message that she's bringing forward is, you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. And the image is her standing in front of, I thought it was a waterfall, but now I see it's a huge wing. A huge rainbow wing with an owl just behind it, looking back, some vines around, the moon in the sky, the ocean in the background, which also speaks about intuition. So inner wisdom is not just cerebral energy, it's not just about your knowledge and your cognitive abilities, which are varied for many people, particularly people who are light workers and spiritual, such as myself, spiritual as well as cultural, which is part of how we tap in and we are open to receiving messages and delivering them without being worried about what the matrix has to say about it. So yeah, that ocean for me is speaking about the intuition, the inner knowing. Just gonna light some incense. Important that everyone's doing protective energy work at the moment. using incense, candles, crystals. All these things are very well known in the spiritual community, as well as in many cultures, just the same as Aboriginal people using fire, smoking ceremonies. It's really, my people have been doing smoking ceremonies since the beginning of time. Many First Nations cultures, peoples, healers, light workers use these spiritual tools quite regularly for lots of reasons and for lots of people, lots of clients. So I'm just using some incense to cleanse and protect. Easy does it. Inner wisdom. So for me, this is what I'm channeling here, Codes of Harmony, is that this is talking about allowing your inner wisdom to flow from you, and to also be aware and conscious of the knowledge and wisdom that you're taking on. I've been called to end this message, just hitting 37:52 on the tick over clock. I happen to have like a few of my, maybe half of a tarot deck sitting here with me, which is unusual for me that they're separated. So I figured maybe I meant to pull one from this tiny half a card, which is from a squid ink tarot. Everyone just has to be accountable for their own energy and their own grid work. Please give me one card to wrap up this message, the Queen of Swords. But of course, the Queen of Swords, Mother is not happy. Mother Gaia, who is all of our mother, who is my true mother, Mother Gaia, is not happy and is speaking very clearly and directly to us, particularly via the giant natural disasters, as we call them. We really should call them human disasters. As well as speaking to us on a soul level. You know, you might be finding you just wake up one weekend and you just want to go to one beach, and you really want to go to that particular beach, and you really feel, you don't even realize that your body, your vessel, your soul is being called to bathe in those particular waters, in that particular ocean, under that particular location of stars connected to that tectonic plate that sits under that location, and of course the actual ley lines of the earth, which are physical as well as energetic and spiritual. So yeah, divine feminine energy, the Queen of Swords is divine feminine energy speaking very clearly and directly about what is no longer acceptable, what is not going to be tolerated anymore from humans, and what does nurture. Of course, Virgo season as well. Virgo season, what does nurture the garden? What seeds do deserve sunlight and water and nurturing and care, both within and without. So yeah, let us think on this. Lots of love from Codes of Harmony. And I'll just take an extra second to say thank you deeply to everybody out there doing grid work to the best of their ability, with their heart, with their mind, with their soul, with their protection, with their ancestors, and their spiritual coven.